Welcome, welcome, welcome. How is everybody? Can see you all in the chat, making sure that I've got the right lights on tonight because I was like Bohemian Rhapsody last week, sat in the dark. Oh dear, what a week. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, beautiful Maggie, beautiful Carol, beautiful Joyce, beautiful. Yeah, I've got two Carols in, beautiful Anne and beautiful Merlin and John. Everybody, welcome, welcome, welcome. What a week it has been. I'm just making sure that everything's off. And yeah, how have you all been? What's been happening in your worlds? Yeah, what's been happening? How have you all been? It's been crazy, isn't it? Absolute crazy. Working times. Oh, hang on, just make sure that's all off. That's it, right? All off. And yeah, welcome. It's been a funny old week, hasn't it? It really, really has been a funny old week. So if you're new here, welcome. We're here most Sundays at 7:30. And thank you if you're watching live or if you're watching on the replay. I've got a bit of news about that coming up in a minute. There are things afoot. So from now on, from last week actually, what I've done is I've extracted the audio of the hypnosis, right? So that you don't have to watch the whole video again if you don't want to, right? And there's more to it than that. There's a lot of, I have to be very careful, and they've even got a post-it note up there to button it, right? There are about 12 million accounts that have been affected, and mine's one of them. So you might see for the next 2 or 3 months. I'll explain more when we have our Zoom next Sunday. So just being very careful about what I'm saying. But it's not only my account, it's many millions of accounts have been affected. And it means that I might not be able to stop the adverts for about 3 months. I'm not sure yet. That's literally all I want to say on the matter. But to make it easier, and I thought, do you know what? Everything's got a silver lining. And I'm a big believer of that. 100%. There's always a reason. Things don't happen by mistake. Sorry, just pulling my things out of the way. And what I've realised is it would be handy if I could extract the audio so that instead of putting timestamps in the video, which I'll carry on doing, absolutely, but I'll also extract the audio. So if you want to listen to a particular session only from last week, so if you're watching it on the replay and there are adverts in it, I'm so sorry, but there's nothing that I can do about it right now. Like I say, if you want to come along to the live on the 2nd, I think it is, then I'll explain more. But yeah, there's a lot of you will know exactly probably what I'm talking about. And I just want to leave it there because there's real funky stuff going on. So I think it's a benefit, because if you want to listen to the audio from, last week or, going forwards, you could just zip in there and you won't have anything afterwards as well. Right. Because normally there's me, we're whittering on, aren't we? So if you want to listen to it on your own. So anyway, that's there. Like I say, I'll speak more about that next week. So please, can you like and share? Thanks to everyone that was watching live, but can you like and share the video? People keep asking me about the hype. I don't know. It's 1 minute, it's gone the next. I have no clue how it all works. It's crazy. I know with people that I do occasionally watch, sometimes it's there, sometimes it isn't. I don't know is the answer to that. But yeah, if you feel aligned and you're not subscribed already, I'll be sending the link out for next week. I'll put it on the community page. And if you're signed up to the newsletter, you will automatically get the link. So you won't have to look for it. And also another reminder, absolutely wonderful feedback, right, about the course. I'm so honestly, it makes my heart sing. It really, really does. It's like, yes, thank you. That's exactly the impact that I wanted it to have. And yeah, I'm just so excited. But there's only another week until next Sunday, I think, or Monday, depending on where you are in the world, to snag the discount, because that will vanish after March. So if you want it, And it's way I hope people will verify this, but there's so much in it, it's actually a bargain. Absolutely. So anyway, I'm going to move on. So, and I'll come to all your comments in a minute. I've been called again. Now, this is the fourth time, is to help us to manage our energy and understand that we are sovereign to a certain degree, right? We're sovereign beings. That means, I'll speak more about that in a minute, but there's so much collective fear. There's so much heavy information. There's so, it depends on who we're surrounded by. It can, I'm so glad that I'm on my own. Honestly, I really am, because I haven't got anybody else to worry about, right? Or think about. Obviously, I've got my daughter, absolutely. But it's, oh God, anyway, I'm probably waffling on a bit there, but it's been really, really challenging. It is. Yeah. Hi, Di. Welcome, darling. Hello, Emma. Blit is Blip. Hi, everyone. Sorry if I haven't got your comments this week. I think I looked at them, but it's just been chaos, literally everywhere at the moment. It's crazy times. So anyway, what we're doing tonight, we are going to tap into your sovereign frequency. I'll talk more about that in a minute. So it's about keeping our energy field clear, because we are the light workers. We are the bearers of light, right? Anyone that's watching this, you're one. If you're watching it now and your soul's brought you to this video, you are one naturally, right? If you watch it on catch up, like I say, I need to reiterate, if there's adverts in the replay, there's nothing I can do about it, absolutely, at the moment. So I'm really, really sorry. So yeah, we're going to tap into our our quantum sovereign frequency. So that's the energetic frequency that we all hold, which is a bit like DNA, because everybody's is different. Everyone's on a different frequency. Everyone's got their own energy, and it's about managing that. And what we're going to do is we're going to put a powerful filter around your energy field. So it's a bit like protection, but it's more shielding. It's more being aware that we can be impacted by others, by everything that's going on at the moment. And my throat keeps clamming, squeezing tight. It's really, really interesting. So I don't know if anybody else has got that going on. I noticed it earlier today when I went to speak about something, and I thought, no, I don't need to speak about that. And literally, so I know 100% that there's massive upgrades going on in all our energy centers. But it's this session tonight, I was called again, and it's like I'm speaking to my higher self and saying, why are we kind of doing not the same thing, but it's following on. And the message I get is everybody just needs to be more aware of how things affect us, right? Not just on the human level, but on the spiritual level, and how much hard work and grafting that we're doing without even realizing. And I'm going to give you like a little simple tool that you'll be able to use that takes 3 seconds, that will just snap you back in to that sovereign frequency and that sovereign energy, because we are sovereign beings. That, it's really challenging with everything that's going on in the world. And I can't speak too much about it because I don't want to get in trouble, right? It's having that awareness of when we can feel ourselves spiraling out, when we can feel ourselves maybe absorbing others' energy that isn't ours. So we have done, I think we've done a couple of sessions that are kind of similar, but I was called again to bring this and to remind everybody how powerful you are and how much choice that you do actually have, because it can feel, especially if you're living in the UK at the minute, right? USA, you had it, didn't you, a few years ago? Whatever. Like I say, it's not about politics, and I never ever want anyone to think that it's politics. It isn't. It's, we know who's working for the light and who's not working for the light. They are being exposed at the moment. So anyway, so moving on. So you've heard it, and some of you will know what being sovereign means, but it means about you having authority over yourself, your mind, which is our biggest tool on this journey, or one of them, your emotions, your energy, and your decisions. And it's about trusting your own guidance above any. So I always say this, and I always chuckle to myself, right? Because here I am every Sunday speaking about different topics, right? And I'm saying you listen to yourself, but I'm saying that to you. So it feels like ironic. It does. It always makes me laugh because I think, God, have you heard yourself? You're not telling everyone, but you're explaining to people how they need to be, listening to themselves. But you're saying it anyway. So it just makes this my humour, makes me tick, it makes me laugh. So, like I say, external voices, teachers, opinions of others, and all the collective that's going on at the moment, which is, it's a challenge. And I think definitely 100%, this whole empath label, and I'm really sorry, I don't mean to offend anybody, I really genuinely don't, it needs to go in the bin, because it's actually what I'm observing is keeping people stuck by, I'm sensitive to energy, and I feel no, come on, we've got to kind of not toughen up, but we've got to bolster up and bring that shielding in. So, and it's knowing about your sovereignty, where you end and somebody else begins, and that can be challenging, especially if you've got partners, children as well. And it's about you living from your truth and presenting not what you think other people want, but it's about you being your true authentic self, because we've all got that magic, absolute magic. We're all here for a reason. We're all here to do different things. We're not all here to do the same things. And it's about tapping into your intuition, your higher self. That's why we're here every week. So anyway, moving swiftly on, these are the cards that I pulled from Intuitive Whispers. And these are kind of my old faithfuls. I do love these cards. And the first one we got was what is meant for you will find you. So we can sit in this place of how the expectations of something coming towards us, but having expectations of how it's going to arrive. This message will hit for somebody listening tonight or on the replay. So is there something that you are putting your energy into, drawing it towards you, but it's not coming? And like the card says, just know that what is meant for us will never, ever pass us by, ever. And I'm a big advocate of that. Absolutely. And, it's interesting. It's got a clock on it, because it is, that's in the spirit, in the quantum realms. There is no time. Time doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. But we have the expectation of whatever it is that we feel that we deserve, which is nothing wrong with that at all. But how it comes, and honestly, it is so interesting at the moment. It's just so interesting. It's just observing, but it's about being the observer, and that's what the higher self is. The higher self is the observer. And when you talk about, I think Eckhart Tolle, and I think there's quite a few other, spiritual inverted commas gurus out there that all the same say the same kind of thing. It's about being the observer, the watcher, not in a creepy way, because it can sound a bit weird, but it's about us stepping into that spiritual strength and spiritual power where we can see everything for what it is. And the human ego mind and the wounds aren't there going, right? So that'll mean something if someone's waiting. And Steph's saying she feels it in her throat too. Oh, thank you. I'll say hello to everyone. Yeah. Hi, Blip. Hi, Patricia. Hi, Gina. And Angie's saying, oh my God, the course is incredible. It's life-changing. Love it. I know. Thank you. Honestly, I really love to hear that. And it's not about me going, oh, look at me. It's actually helping someone. That's it. That's why I created it. And then we got on the bottom of the pack was gift yourself. So because that was on the bottom of the pack, it was like, oh, okay, what are we giving to others that we're not giving to ourselves? That was what came through for me. And I literally have bought myself a gift. I'm still waiting for it to arrive. I ordered it on Valentine's Day. You know, the watering machine that I was speaking about? I got it for myself. I was like, "Do you know what? I'm having it." And so I bought it, but it's not arrived yet. But anyway, so gift yourself. What are you giving to others that you need to give to yourself? Because we're all experts at that, aren't we? Of giving everything to everybody else. We're amazing at that, aren't we? Giving everything to everybody else and not ourselves. Absolutely. So Joyce is saying yes, her throat as well. Who's that out? Steph saying her throat as well. Yeah, it is. At the moment, it is really, 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 even now, my throat just feels so dry. So dry. Anyway, I'll have a sip of my tea, but yeah, so dry. And it was interesting. Yeah. So yeah, lovely to see you all here. It really is. And yeah, thanks for coming each week or watching on the replay. But like I say, you'll have the audio after this session. And it will say something like, here's the link to tonight's audio or this session's audio. So yeah, you'll be able to, just tap into it and do it. So yeah, but we've all got, I think, I don't want to say too much. I've got a post-it note up there. I've got a post-it note up there reminding me, because sometimes I can go off topic. Absolutely. But yeah, so tonight's session, really, really interesting. And I've got some other interesting things coming as well that I'm quite excited about. I don't want to kind of let the cat out of the bag right now. But yeah, there's interesting things afoot, which is really exciting. And yeah, we just all got to move forwards, haven't we? Onwards and upwards, even though we're finding it so challenging at the moment. It really, really is. And yeah, my throat is like as dry as anything. So we are having throat chakra upgrades, I believe, at the moment as well. And maybe it's because, it's just come to me now because there's so many people speaking out. Remember, everything's happening now, right? Everything's happening now. So all these people that are speaking out, and you'll know what I'm speaking about, maybe we're tapping into that because I'm going to do a session on persecution wounds at some point, because it's such a thing for many of us on this journey. The wounding that we have isn't always from this particular meat suit, this particular lifetime, right? It always feels a bit weird speaking about it because in my title, I've got that I'm a clinical and I'm past life and I'm a quantum hypnotherapist. But really, the past life part is only there to show people what I do. But really, there is no past lives. There are only lives, right? It's a really interesting topic. But accessing other lifetimes can be really helpful because it can help us to understand, because the human mind loves to understand. That's what it wants. It wants to be babysat and given all the information so it feels safe, right? It's that flipping simple. But really, there is no past life. This is our only other lives. Anyway, I could go off sideways there. The Hypertronica, welcome, darling. Lovely to see you here. I'd love to see everyone here that's watching, live or on the replay. Thanks very much for joining us, because, yeah, I really do appreciate every single one of you. But, yeah, interesting times, very interesting times. It really, really is at the minute. Really interesting. So, yeah, I'm just going to read some of your comments, then we'll move through to the hypnosis in a minute. Patricia. Oh, hang on, it's gone. Patricia Mitchell, hi, Lorraine. Absolutely love that I found your channel and you're so down to earth. Oh, thank you, darling. Yeah, welcome. I'm glad you're here. Thank you. But yeah, absolutely. What's the point of being all airs and graces? There's no point. And I think people can spot if you're not being your true authentic self. People can feel it. They can spot it. But yeah, you've got to be down to earth, haven't you? Absolutely. But yeah, thanks for joining us. And Kenzie, oh, hi, Kenzie. How are you, darling? How are you doing? It's been a real interesting week, hasn't it? It has been so interesting. And crikey. But yeah, so that's what we're doing tonight. We are, going to bring that shield in. And like I say, there'll be a tool that you can use that will literally snap you back into your sovereignty and your own frequency. Because like I say, at the minute, it's about you taking your power back as well. It's about you standing in your power and being your true authentic self, because we've always been taught from small children is, oh, don't do this, don't do that. And we learn to hide. And like I say, I don't want to keep talking about the course, but that's why I brought the course out as well, because it covers absolutely everything that will clear your path to a massive leap on your spiritual journey. And it's quite different. It's not the normal run-of-the-mill stuff that's out there that kind of, why I got so frustrated with all of that, because it does actually keep people stuck. And I'm just like with my head in my hands, like, why would we want to keep anyone stuck? And it's not a criticism, it's just an observation, you know. And like I say, I've been doing this work for like 6 years now. And what I've learned along the way by working with clients, you know, and having that experience with clients of all different walks of life and all different layers of consciousness, my goal is to develop, and I'm in the middle of doing it, but to develop an accreditation so that people can learn what I do and help others. And it's not going to be some overpriced, and you would, you know, kind of not to say nonsense. That's not fair. Can't think of the right word, but it's you know, it will be accredited as well. So you've actually got a qualification, and you can actually go out and do this work. And like I say, you know, I've got 6 years of experience of working with clients on, you know, high level trauma as well. But when we work on the spiritual angle, it kind of, it's an all-in-one, if you like. So if you look at my website, which I'm upgrading at the minute, so yeah, I'm excited to launch that as well. If you look on there, you will see all the different services that I offer. And I'm actually, I'm in the process of shortening some of the sessions, because I can't do, I used to do like 3 hours, but physically I can't do that. So I'm looking at extending the 1.5-hour session to 2 hours, and, you know, keeping it around about the same price, which, you know, I'm completely competitive with other people. But I do also offer spiritual coaching. So if you do ever want just a one-off session and you want some direction, I always say it's an hour, but I always go over. I very rarely stick to an hour. I'm terrible, because I just want to give so much. But yeah, if you ever want any guidance or any, you know, because I'm thinking about offering some, because I've had quite a few people over the years message me and say, oh, you know, don't you just do a 30-minute consult? You know, because I'm trying to work through something. And I'm like, no, not really. But, you know, that is something that is coming up. So yes, I will be doing that as well, which will make it more reachable. What's the word? Affordable for people. Because yeah, I do have a lot of knowledge to share. But anyway, let's go into the session. Yeah, let's go into the session. But I've got a sweat on again. And this always happens. I've managed to dig out my summer t-shirts and I'm absolutely boiling again. So anyway, sorry, well, I've just, lovely, aren't I? How professional looking. Look at her, that sweaty bird on YouTube. Look at the state of her. Oh God. Yeah, have you seen her? Oh, sorry, it's just my bloody humour. But anyway, so let's take a nice deep breath and just move into this beautiful quantum healing session. So as always, just make yourself really, really comfortable. Sitting or lying down, it really doesn't matter. And just give yourself permission to receive whatever's meant for you. And if you're new, welcome. If you're just joining us, we're about to go into a beautiful quantum hypnosis healing session. So yeah, join us or watch it back or listen to the audio that will be in the description. So as always, we call in any beings of light that wish to assist us on this journey today. And always, and I say it every single week, it doesn't matter if you visualize or not, go with all your senses. And so use all your other senses, start tapping into them, feeling, knowing, hearing, sensing, smelling, tasting. Just use them all and just know that however this experience unfolds for you is exactly right for you. So just allow your eyes to close now, if they haven't already, as you feel your body settling into whatever position you're in. And begin to notice how good it feels to finally stop, to let go, and to simply be held as you begin to focus on the weight of your body, the places where you press against the surface that you're resting on. As you feel yourself being pulled downward and deeper into the surface, deeper into this now moment, and deeper into yourself. And your breath finds its own natural rhythm. And your body knows exactly what to do. It always has. So feel the temperature of the air as it moves through your nose as you inhale. And you begin to notice that it's slightly cooler going in, and it's warmer as it leaves. And your eyelids are becoming heavier and heavier. Your thoughts are slowing down, like traffic thinning out on a long road late at night. And your whole body is so relaxed, getting ready, sinking deeper, floating deeper and deeper. And as you settle in, you become aware of something. A frequency is beginning to reach you. This is your own sovereign frequency calling you inwards, calling you home. And you may begin to feel it as a warmth in the center of your chest. Or you may hear it as a sound just at the edge of your awareness. And you may simply just know it is there. And that is enough. Now I want you to imagine or sense or simply allow a doorway of light beginning to form directly in front of you. And this doorway leads to the quantum realms. And it's yours. So I just want you to imagine that you're stepping through it now. And you begin to find yourself standing in a vast, open expanse of light. The colours and moving through the space like slow currents, and sounds that are simultaneously music and language and pure frequency is washing over you. You can feel this place responding to your presence, adjusting itself to you and welcoming you. You're in the quantum realms, a place where time folds in upon itself, where distance is infinite, and where transformation happens in the space between one breath and the next. And there, waiting for you in this extraordinary realm, is something remarkable. It's a structure of light from frequencies that you can feel pulsing against your skin as you approach. This is your sovereign control room, and it exists here in the quantum realms, and it was created at the moment of your soul's birth, and it holds the master controls for your entire energy field. And as you move closer, notice how it responds. The light intensifies, the frequency shifts, and it recognizes you. And you begin to notice that there's an opening. And I just want you to allow yourself to float through it now. And let this space reveal itself to you. You might perceive it as rows of glowing screens and panels of light, with walls that pulse gently with their own intelligence. Whatever you are experiencing is perfect for you. And as you become more aware of this space, you notice what is running on the panels, the displays, and the readouts. You can imagine or sense or feel or simply know what is there. And you begin to notice everything that you've been carrying that belongs to someone else. Perhaps that conversation from last week that left a residue in your chest. And you begin to notice it's here, running like static across one of the screens. Or perhaps the collective tension from the news and world events. And you can feel it buzzing through one of the panels, just like an electrical current that's been draining your battery for weeks. Or it might be the person whose mood you absorbed without realizing it. All of this external energy is running through your system, taking up your resources and occupying space that belongs to you. And now, here in the quantum realms, where transformation happens instantaneously, you get to release every single bit of it. And I want you to imagine you're moving towards the first panel. Find the switch and feel or imagine it under your thumb, the cool surface, the satisfying resistance before it gives way. And now I want you to flip it. And I want you to feel the immediate shift. That static cuts out. The screen goes quiet. And somewhere in your body, something loosens. Something breathes more easily and deeply than it has in a long while. Now move along to the next one. And again, find that switch. Feel or sense the click beneath your fingers. And any buzzing fades to silence. Keep going now, panel by panel, switch by switch. Each one you turn off sends someone's energy back to where it came from, with love, with grace, but firmly and completely. It's released from your energy field and returned to its origin. The room transforms with each switch, becoming quieter and stiller. The air becomes cleaner and easier to breathe. The vibration beneath your feet becoming smoother, steadier, and more harmonious, until the only thing that's still running on these panels is your own signal, your own frequency, steady, strong, and unmistakably yours. And you can feel the difference everywhere. In your chest, in your belly, in the space between your shoulder blades, behind your eyes. And this is what you feel like when you are running purely on your own energy. Your cells are remembering this right now. They're recording it, storing it as a template for how you are meant to feel. And now that everything else has been cleared away, something extraordinary becomes and appears at the very center of this quantum control room. You might imagine, sense, feel, or know it is there. It's a column of energy rising up from the floor, stretching far above you and deep below. And it connects dimensions upon dimensions. It's been here all along. And now, with your energy field cleared, you can finally perceive it. This is your very own sovereign frequency, your personal energetic signature, the vibration that was encoded into your soul at the very moment of its creation. You might experience it as a pillar of coloured light. Or perhaps you might feel the warmth radiating through the air as it pulls you closer. You might simply just know it is there, vast and powerful as you move towards it now. So go ahead and step onto it now. And the moment you make contact, something incredible happens. A wave of energy moves outward from the very center of your chest, expanding like a shockwave of light in every direction. It's moving through your ribs, your lungs, your spine, down through your arms, warm, electric, and alive, and all the way down to your fingertips, where you might feel a tingling, a buzzing, a current running through you, up through your throat, your jaw, across your cheekbones, and it's flowing over your scalp like warm water being poured on the crown of your head, down through your belly, your hips, your thighs, through your calves, your ankles, right to the soles of your feet. Every single cell in your body is recognizing this powerful frequency, like hearing a piece of music that you forgot you knew every word to. Your human and spiritual DNA are lighting up. Your energy pathways are opening. And this powerful frequency keeps expanding beyond the edges of your skin now, filling the space around your energy body. And your auric field is growing, full, strong, and brilliantly alive with your very own sovereign frequency. It's expanding outward now, a foot beyond your body, 2 feet, 3 feet. Your entire energy field is pulsing with your personal signature frequency. And here's what makes this so extraordinary. The field you have activated is so intelligent. It was designed in the quantum realms with a specific purpose. Think of it like a tuning fork. When you strike a tuning fork, only objects that share its exact frequency will resonate in response. Everything else around it remains still and untouched. And your energy field works in the same way. Anything that matches your frequency passes through your energy field with ease. Love finds you, joy finds you, connection, truth, laughter, and kindness. All of it moves through your field freely because it belongs there, because it resonates with who you are at your core. And anything that carries a different vibration, anything that belongs to someone else, their fears, their projections, their unprocessed pain, it simply slides across the surface of your energy field and continues on its way. Your energy field is selective and discerning. It welcomes what nourishes you and allows everything else to simply move on. Now, Still here in the quantum realms, I want you to imagine yourself back in your daily life for a moment. Feel yourself in a crowded space, perhaps a shop or a busy restaurant, a family gathering where everyone has got something to say, and feel your energy field there with you now, active and pulsing gently with your very own sovereign frequency. Someone can be near you who is carrying a lot of stress. You can observe them. You can have compassion for them. But their stress slides off the outer edge of your energy field and keeps moving. Your energy stays yours. Someone can say something with a lot of emotional charge to it. You can hear the words and you can process them completely. And the energy that they threw behind them passes right over your energy field, like wind across the surface of a lake. But you stay centered. You stay present. You stay completely you. This is what sovereignty means. Being fully present, fully compassionate, and fully engaged with life. And entirely and powerfully and beautifully sovereign in your own energy. Now, whilst we're still in the quantum realms, I want you to anchor something into your physical body so that you can access it anytime you need it. So do this with me now. Place one hand gently over the center of your chest. You begin to feel the warmth of your palm there now. Place your other hand over your solar plexus, that space just above your belly button where you hold your personal power. You can feel both hands resting there, the weight of them, and the warmth building between your palms and your body. Take one slow breath in through your nose. And as you breathe out, say these words silently to yourself. I am sovereign. My frequency is sovereign. And feel those words sink into your body like a key turning in a lock. Feel them activate the exact same energy that you've been building in the quantum realms. This is your instant reset, your 3-second return to sovereignty. Whenever you need it, wherever you are, just place your hands on your chest and your solar plexus. Take one breath in and you say again, I am sovereign. My frequency is sovereign. This takes 3 seconds, and every time you use it, your body responds faster because your cells have recorded this frequency in the quantum realms. They know it now. They remember. And I really want you to take this in. You have always carried this frequency. It was encoded into you at the time of your soul's creation. You simply uncovered it in this quantum healing session. And it's so important as the world needs people like you right now. People who know how to hold their energy steady when everything around them is changing. People who can stay centered when the collective is in chaos. People like you who are so rooted into their own sovereignty and power, so that just their very presence brings peace and calm to those around them. And that is you. That's always been you, beautiful one. And now you have the tools to live it every single day. In a moment, there'll be a few minutes of silence for you simply to be here in the quantum realms with your sovereign frequency fully activated around you, to allow your body to absorb everything, to let it settle into your cells, into your human and spiritual DNA, into every layer of your being, to simply be here in your own energy field, in your own frequency. I should be silent for a few minutes whilst you do this now. When it's time to return, you'll hear a bell chime. And gently now, it's time to return. As the frequency doorway that brought you here reappears, and it's glowing with your sovereign vibration, ready to carry you home. And you step through it carrying everything you've received in this session. Your sovereign frequency is fully active. Your physical tool anchored into your body. as you gently feel yourself transitioning back down through the layers, quantum realm softening around you, your awareness returning to your physical body, to the space where you are sitting or lying. As you feel the weight of yourself on the surface that you're resting on, the temperature of the space around you, and the sounds of your space becoming more present around you. And as you return, carrying this knowing with you, your control room is always there in the quantum realms. And any time you want to clear out what belongs to somebody else, you can go there. You can flip the switches. Your sovereign frequency is always active. It's always there. And you simply remembered how to tune into this in this session. Your energy belongs to you. It always has. And you are the one who decides what enters your energy field. In a moment, you'll return to your full awareness. So take a deep breath in and begin to bring gentle movement back into your body. And when you are ready, in your own time, at your own pace, open your eyes and welcome back. Wait for you to all drift back. Oh, I'm just reading your comments. Oh, thank you. Honestly, it just makes my heart sing. It really does. I'm just reading what Patricia has said. The course is marvellous, Lorraine. I'm learning so much about myself, and you've changed my life for the best. Thank you. But you changed your life for the best. You did that. All I did was hold your hand. Yeah, all I'm doing is holding your hand. But you did that. You're changing your life because only you can do that. Nobody else can do it. That's the thing. I think is anyone out there, you know how I feel about all of this. Anyone else that is out there calling themselves a healer and they're healing you. No. I see it as we're creating an energy and space that's easier for you to heal yourself. That's all we're doing. Because I really feel passionate about that. People say, I said that to me before, you've changed my life. No, you've changed your life because you've decided to change. You've taken the bull by the horns and gone, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm going to do something different. I love that. But thank you. Thank you. Glad to hear you're well, Kenzie. And thanks, Natalie. The flowers. I know. I think I spoke about this last week. I bought myself 2 bunches. Where was I go? I was in the co-op in town. I bought myself 2 bunches because they're the flowers that Ray used to buy me. And it was our anniversary yesterday, actually. And he would always buy me flowers. And the first time before I even met him, we spoke on the week, was like speaking for like 4 or 5 hours. a night. It was ridiculous. And then when we met on the 21st, he messaged me and said, I'll get you some flowers, I'll get you some roses. I was like, no, honestly, I'm real low maintenance. I'm not a high maintenance chick at all. I'm happy with a bunch of, carnations out of Tesco, Tesco's garage. It really doesn't bother me. I know we're all different, but anyway. But yeah, so I bought myself 2 bunches. Then I didn't know. And then obviously Scarlett knew, and she came home last week on Valentine's Day and said, I got these for him. I was like, joking, I've just bought myself 2 bunches. So I've had to cram them in. But they last for weeks. That's why I love them. Because they last for weeks. But yeah, it was I think Joyce said the milky plant. Yeah, that's what I ordered. I can't wait for it to get here. Yeah, I really can't wait for it to get here. It should, I thought it'd be delivered quicker because I ordered it for myself on Valentine's Day. But yeah, I'm just waiting for I was hoping it was going to turn up yesterday because I thought that would be a gift from the divine, but no, it's not here yet. Absolutely. So Kenzie's saying halfway through I had earache for a few minutes, then it dissipated and I saw a lovely dolphin and a candle at the end that went out and the smoke rose. Do you know what? I had some you won't believe me, but I had some darker gentleman called Sacco playing a saxophone and there was loads of smoke. So I have no clue. I was like, what the hell is this? I need to look up the meaning of the saxophone. But I was like, what the hell is this? I was like, what the heck? What? Yeah. And Marja saying, wow, it was awesome. Thank you. I was wondering why my head always itches in these meditations. Yeah, it does. But I had tingling on my crown and I get it's like static. Yeah, I get that all over my face. Is that what you mean? That's just energy. But yeah, it's funny. Kenzie said about the smoke, but yeah, there was this black guy just playing this saxophone. I was like, what's this about? I said, what's your name? And he went, Sacco. And I thought, am I making this up? Well, it wasn't, but I don't know. I'll have to look up Sacco and the saxophone, whatever the hell that means. No clue. None whatsoever. Oh my God. But yeah, if you're getting an itchy scalp, it's your crown. So yeah, it happens quite often. So excuse me, pardon. Oh, thank you, Anne. Thank you. And you're saying wonderful, got so hot. My head was buzzing, lots of golden light and strong sensation running through my whole body. Well, there you go. You were activating your sovereign frequency. Because I think as well, it can be challenging for everything that's going on to feel the weight of it all. But this is only the beginning. We've got years of this coming, I'm afraid. Yeah, we've got years. Yeah, years. Oh, thanks, Steph. And Kenzie's saying, I love that. But aren't you Welsh? You are Welsh, aren't you? Or you live in Wales? Daffodils, yeah. They're coming out now, though, aren't they? And the crocuses, I've seen them when I take Muffin up the park. The crocuses are all around the trees now. It's lovely, isn't it? Yeah, and Steph's saying I love carnations because they last so long. They do, don't they? They last weeks. That's why I love them as well. Because you get roses, which are lovely. Don't get me wrong. I'm never going to say no, but after a week, they're dead. Kenzie's saying, well, we was getting something similar. Yeah, how strange. You're playing the saxophone. Are you joking? Are you joking? But yeah, there was this black guy. He was called Sacco. And he was playing a thing. And I was like, what the heck is this? And what's Steph saying? I saw an Asian woman with a ponytail. And at the end, I saw a man with a turban sitting on something. And there was sand around him. But these could be other lifetimes. as well. Maybe that was me. Maybe I was Sacco playing. Maybe I was playing in some soul or blues club somewhere, and that was all the all the cigarette smoke. I don't know. It's weird because I was like, "What is this?" It's crazy, isn't it? And Gina's saying that was lovely. I'm loving the course. Oh, thank you. I've had a very disruptive week with illness. Oh, bless your heart, darling. I hope you're on the mend. So feel behind, but no, honestly, because it's self-paced, it really is no rush. You will receive emails off me once a week, just letting you know, depending on when you are on the journey, that the next gateway is opened. But there's no pressure to do it, none whatsoever. You just do it at your own pace, and that's the idea. Yeah, that's the idea. You just do it at your own pace. There's no time, threshold. You've got to have it done by a certain date. I know people are moving into gateway 2, and it is, there is quite a lot to unpack, and there will be in gateway 3 as well. Absolutely. But yeah, if you can start working on your wounds and healing those, and we're taught, aren't we? We're taught that it has to be long and it has to be laborious, and we have to have weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. That's so not true. Everybody's different. But like I say, why I bought the course out was it goes against the grain. It goes against what we're told, and it's because it helps people. Why would we want anyone staying in pain or suffering any longer than they needed to be? It blows my mind. It blows my mind. And as humans, we are so resilient. We can overcome magnificent things. Not magnificent things, but we are so good. I can't speak tonight. I don't know what's the matter with me. Sorry. But yeah, it's really interesting topic. But we need to heal on steroids now, because there's so much more coming, and more of us need to be online. And the awakening that's rippling out across the world is the beginning. And Patricia saying gateway 2, I can see connections to what I've noted. Absolutely. That's what it's about. It's about giving that human part of the brain that loves to know and loves to understand everything. For all of us, it's giving it that knowledge, but it's not sitting and staying in it, because the whole kind of healing community is, you got to feel it until you heal it. Why? We've already felt it. That's just like self-flagellation, isn't it? It's beating ourselves up. It's that. But I address all of this, the critic, the inner voice that we need to get rid of. Absolutely. I address it all. I could have gone on for another 8 gateways, but this is the foundation. And if you can move through this and you can release, and you've got it, and remember, it's something you've got for life. You can go back and listen to the recordings if you're having a bit of a ropey week or there's challenges coming up. You can go back and go, oh, okay, actually, that recording's going to help me. And you've got 8 of them. That's why it took me so long. It's really funny you're saying about Petronica saying I was rudely interrupted mid meditation by foxes screeching in the garden. It's funny because I've had fox coming up again. I had it last year and it's coming up again. It's really, really interesting. So thanks for the message, because there's a message in everything, isn't it? Absolutely. And Petronica saying tulips are my favourite. I always put some copper pennies in the vase and they stand up straight and last for a couple of weeks, do they? I know I've heard about putting sugar or lemonade in flowers. I've heard about that, but I've not heard about pennies. Sorry, gasping. So anyway, I'm praying to high heaven that there's not going to be adverts in the replay, but if there is, there's nothing I can do about it. There really, really isn't. So that's why I say I will separate the audio. So if you do want to come back and do it again, you can just click on the link and go and listen to it. Because yeah, there's lots of stuff afoot at the moment, and I've got to zip it. Yeah, I've got to zip it. But yeah, I mean, I'm happy to do some Q&As if you want as well in the week. I've got quite a lot of content planned that I'm going to record. But obviously, if it's over 8 minutes, there'll be adverts in it. But like I said, there's nothing I can do about it. But there won't be hypnosis or meditations until I know what's happening, with the channel. So I'll just have to adapt. And the worst case scenario is it will be May. Honestly, it's not only me, 12 million accounts have been affected. Yeah, I'm not going to say any more than that. So you'll notice a lot of creators aren't putting yeah, exactly. There's a lot going on. Like I say, I'm not going to speak about it. We'll have our catch up next Sunday, but I will be putting some shorter content on here speaking about spiritual topics and spiritual topics, self-development, mind, just loads of stuff that I'll be putting out. And I've already got a lot of it kind of ready to rock and roll. I just need to get it recorded and edited and out. And I'll still carry on doing the Sundays, but I can't put any meditations, free ones on. Well, I've appealed, right? There's been a decision and I've appealed. So it may well, like I say, I don't want to speak about it because I don't want to kind of jeopardize anything. But I did, Monday when I found out, I was absolutely fuming. But then I realized it wasn't just me; it's 12 million accounts. So it's the hype's disappeared. I know there's anyway. I'm not going to say any more. I've got literally, honestly, you'd laugh. I've got on a bit of paper, button it to remind myself. Yeah, because I'm mindful as well when we go off track and we speak about different subjects on here. It's not always well received, not by the viewers. You know exactly what I'm speaking about, and I'm not alone at the moment. But yeah, if you're noticing other creators going quiet, this is a reason why. But I refuse. I'll always find a solution. That's one. We've all got our strengths, haven't we? And I know one of mine is always finding a solution. And I was sat here, I was annoyed for about half a day probably, which is it. And I said to Ange, it's I don't normally feel those. That sounds weird, but I don't normally feel those emotions anymore, right? Because I completely live at 250, which is the neutrality. So if I dip down or go up, okay, well, going up isn't too bad, but we can't stay up in a high, right? The high frequencies all the time. We have to, because we're down with a human body, right? We're down with a human dense body, right? But I'm pretty good at lifting myself up and just letting things go and just things go over my head. And I wasn't like that years ago, but since the awakening and then since all the work that I've done, and that's what I'm sharing with you all, right? In the course, I'm sharing that with you, things that help me move through things that people even still say to me now, how did you get through that? Well, I did, because A, there's no other choice, right? What's the alternative? And B, that's who I am. Who I am is I'll always find a solution. So once I discovered that actually I could extract the audio, I thought, well, that's great for you guys, because I can just extract the audio. You'd have to put up with adverts for a few months. Whoever doesn't want to stay, there's nothing I can do about that. If people are going to get annoyed about that, right? Yeah, I do. You soon snap back, darling. I do not stay in that state. And I think it's in Gateway too. And we've spoken about the map of consciousness, but how it's all put together and how it leads on. That's why it took me so long, because I needed to get it right. I needed to get all the steps that you need to be able to heal and to move through all this stuff, for you to expand spiritually, not only just on a personal development, but, develop and grow and expand spiritually. And I know when you go through this course, that you cannot not expand. Absolutely. But yeah, I don't stay there, but yeah, I was a bit cheesed off, but everything. Yeah, Kenzie, yeah, I'm not going to answer that, but but this is part of the awakening. This is part of the journey. This is part of it, of systems changing, and we are part of that. And like I say, I will never stop. Hello, Phil. Oh yeah, Wardy. I used to go to school with Wardy, but I will never stop. I will never stop. I'll always find a way. But like I say, I wouldn't have found that solution, would I? That I can extract the audio and then you can listen to it. Hello, Lucy. Oh no, Tiny Teacher. No, you're not Lucy. There's another one called Teeny Lucy. I always get mixed up. Sorry. Hello, darling. Yeah, there you go. Here I am. But yeah, we are part of the new. I don't like to say new earth because I don't fit into the whole new earth spiritual mumbo jumbo kind of guff. But anyway, I will extract the audio. But like I say, I wouldn't have found that. I would not have found that out if what happened on Monday. But like I say, at first I felt a bit victimised and I went into victim consciousness. I was like, but then I was like, okay, I'll find a solution. And I always bloody will. And that's what I'm good at. And everyone has got a strength. And people talk about, like when you go for interviews, I'm really good at interviews. I really am. Honestly, oh God, I don't know. So, well, it must be my higher self just takes over because literally every job that I've ever applied for, I've got. Yeah, it's nuts, isn't it? But we've all got a strength, right? So think about, that's the homework for this week. Well, not homework, but think about what your superpower is and what your strength is. What are you good at? And people will go, oh yeah, but I'm not good at anything. Or there's something that we've all got to bring to the table, right? Everybody has got something that they can bring to the table that needs to be out in the world. And this is why I'm here every Sunday, regardless. I could have gone, do you know what? F word. I'm not doing it. I'm just going to, but I was like, no, that has made me more determined. That's what I am, an Aries Ram. Well, I'm on the cusp actually, but I will headbutt. I'll find a way. And every single one of you that's watching this live or on the replay, you have got a superpower. You've got magic, right? You've got magic that you need to share with the world, whatever it is. Start tapping into it. If you want a shortcut, the course is 60 quid at the moment. It should be treble that for the information that I've got in it, right? But I just wanted to put it out there to help you move forward, connect to your higher self, because there's so much noise out there. Connect to your guide, do this, call in whoever. No, connect to your higher self, and that will shoot your spiritual journey. And that's what I've put the course for. It's there as a roadmap. And once you're on that step, you can't go back. It's like trying to put the genie back in the bottle. So this week, think about it. Be honest with yourself. What is one thing that you are exceptional at, that you're amazing at? Because there will be one. And you'll go through the whole, oh yeah, but I'm not good at anything, or whatever, right? All that little voice, that horrible little inner critic that you just want to kind of duff, right? Needs to do one. And you need to think about, what is my superpower? What am I good at? That's why we did the clearing tonight as well, for you to be able to stand in that energy, because what's coming is not going to die down anytime soon. And the stronger that we are spiritually, emotionally, physically, is a bit of a laugh for me at the minute. And I was talking to Ange about this earlier. When we've got physical health challenges, it makes it trickier. It really does. But we can still do something every day to move us, whether it's one thing. I know when I was going through the severe mental health, that's an understatement, right? I used to do 3 things every day just to shift me out of it. I started with one, and one sometimes it would be just having a bath. Sometimes it would be, making Scarlett dinner when she got home from school. But we did something. So even when we're absolutely sat on our backside and we're looking up thinking, how the heck am I going to pull myself back up out of this hole? There would have been something that would have dragged you out of that. And whatever it is, tap into it and start expanding that. Please, 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 please start expanding on it. You're just looking, breaking apart. Yeah, it is. But like I say, we've got our session on next Sunday. And we will go into it deeper there. Because all I do is get myself in holes on here. You got to laugh, haven't you? You have got to laugh. You've got to laugh. That's, my God rest their souls, my mum and my dad. My brother's still alive. He was 68 the other day. Friday he was 68. And that's in our family. When the poo's been hitting the fan, it's been the humour that's always got us out of it. Someone will crack a funny, and my dad, God rest his soul, he was honestly, he was absolutely brilliant at the one-liners. He was just so funny. He really, really was. Yeah, he was really funny, and he still is now. Yeah, he still is well. But anyway, I'll let you know when my milky plant comes, and I'm so excited to get it. I just wish it'd hurry up. I'm so gutted. I really thought it was going to be here earlier in the week. See, I love my reverse osmosis water. I'll be flying. I'll have wings. What is it? Red Bull gives you wings. Shouldn't say that, but reverse osmosis water. It might give me angel wings. Oh God, you've got to laugh when the poo's hitting the fan. You've got to laugh. You've got to laugh. Even me and Scarlett, the stuff that everyone's experienced stuff, right? Everybody has, and especially the older souls. We've gone through more, right? Because we're hardcore, aren't we? We've gone, yeah, in the soul contract. Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, I'll have that. I'll have a drop of that. Must have been on the old galactic juice. Merry as anything, right? And all the fumes. And our higher selves are going, oh, you sure? Do you not think you want to have a break? Then we're like, no, just chuck it all in. I'll have a bit of bankruptcy. I'll go through a domestic abuse relationship. I'll go through this. I'll, do that. And yeah, oh yeah, just bring it. Yeah, no, it'll be fine. Get down here. It's like a different story, right? And we're going, what the heck? What the heck did I do that? And when we start when we stop saying, why did I choose it? I was talking to Andrew about this earlier. Why did I choose it? That's when your life changes. That's when your life changes. But it's funny. You've got to laugh, because we've all been there. We've all been at that pit of despair, with the anxiety, with the depression, whatever it is, that's, physical, mental, emotional, whatever it is. But all I know is that 100%, when we act more as the observer and the watcher, as in the higher self, we can just see everything for what it is. And it does become funny. Well, I think it's funny anyway. Right? But it's such a high frequency laughing as well. And that's why there's even something called, and I was shocked when I found it, was laughing therapy or something like that. Yeah, honestly, I was like, and it's a thing, because it changes your frequency. And Kenzie's saying, me and my older son, he's into scientific proof. Well, that used to be me. Left brain Lorraine. Logical. I had to understand it all. Yeah, I feel that the younger ones as well, they're really opening up at the moment. And the younger ones, it's so different for them. You know, we're the kind of old crones. We're the old crones that are kind of managing thing and making sure things don't go too unruly, right? That's our job. Laughter is the best medicine. Absolutely, Phil. You've got to laugh. You've got to laugh. If you don't, you know, I've been there where, you know, people, yeah, trying to give advice, and it's just like I wanted to, you know, but now, you know, it's different. Yeah, it's different, but yeah, what we did, we choose it all, the lot. Absolutely. Excuse me, what's Kenzie saying? Excuse me. Oh, what? Because I said we're all old crones. Well, we are. We're the old sages. We're the oracles. We're the crones guiding. Because yeah, that's what we came here to do. And to be the voice of reason. But the younger ones, they've got different, like I said, I know I always say this every single week, don't I? Probably get sick to death of hearing it, but the awakenings for the younger ones are very different. And I think definitely the awakening since certainly 2012, but the ones, Kenzie's saying laughter therapy I tried in work and I nearly wet myself. Absolutely. Well, you know, those things kind of happen at our age, don't they, love? Yeah, there's stories I could tell you, but we'll speak about it next week when we do our Zoom. But absolutely, you've got to laugh. Yeah, I'm going to say good night. Great evening, and thank you. I love you all. And like I say, I'm really sorry if the adverts are coming, but hopefully I might be able to fill you in a bit more next week. I don't know. But like I say, they won't keep us down. They won't shut me up. And I'm like those whack-a-mole. You know, you whack it down and then it comes up somewhere else. Anyway, I love you all. Have a fantastic week. And thank you for coming and supporting and watching and being part of our beautiful, beautiful community. I love you all. And I think I missed it last week. Much love. Keep going. And most of all, keep smiling. I love you. And I will see you next Sunday. So, yeah, keep an eye out on the community page for the link for next Sunday, the Zoom link. I love you all. And have a fantastic week. And keep going and keep bloody smiling. Love you. Bye.